It's your boy Guru in the house, back with another bang on episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, again, we've got a very exciting episode of the transfer news and, of course, the news related to Arsenal. We're going to talk about some comments and some statements on Mikel Arteta, the small developments regarding our Europa League fixture, and, of course, we're going to talk about Bukayo Saka actually coming up with certain goods and certain questions asked to him, and Joe Willock. The praise is still going on for Joe Willock, and of course, a Champions League system, and of course, an ex-Arsenal player being linked to a return to Arsenal. Yes, you've seen the thumbnail, you've seen everything. So yes, it looks like there could be a return of a legendary player. So talking about it, Nice, OGC Nice have included William Saliba to face Nîmes tonight. So yes, they got a game against Nîmes tonight. So William Saliba has been included in their squad. So yep, I don't think so. The whole controversy will change anything. It's a 3-year-old Snapchat video that is actually being circulated still. Moving on. So despite his height, Arsenal's coaches argue that what William Saliba is lacking in is aerial presence, and that's one of the reasons Mikel Arteta did not start him more before sending him out on loan. So one of the bigger reasons why William Saliba was not given a big chance was because of his his aerial presence was the big reason, one of the reasons why he was sent out on loan. Now talking about other stuffs, let's talk about Bukayo Saka. So speaking to the Premier League productions, Bukayo Saka actually was asked about certain things. He was asked about a certain. He's got to rate the best youngsters in the league based on different criteria. Number 1, pace. He said Gabriel Martinelli. Number 2, shooting, Mason Greenwood. 3, dribbling, Bukayo Saka himself. 4, defending, Aaron Wan-Bissaka. 5, physicality, Reece James. Passing, Smith Rowe or Phil Foden. So this is what Saka believes, that the best youngsters in the fact of dribbling is Bukayo Saka himself, shooting is Mason Greenwood, and you've heard the rest as well. So Ray Parlour believes Mikel Arteta would take 3 years to bring Arsenal to the top 4. So he says Arteta has got to show he's got a plan going forward. It might take 3 years to challenge that top 4 or challenge for the league, but we know money make it easier. If they think they've got the right man, please give him a chance by giving him a little bit more money. So of course, it's pretty much clear Ray Parlour has actually made his opinion out that give Mikel, if you believe Mikel Arteta is the right guy, owners, the Cronkies, please splash the cash, or as the gaffer says, please do it. So Simon Collins tweets out, as has been reported earlier, fan groups have written to Arsenal over the prospect of more staff redundancies, specifically around supporter liaison officer Mark Brindle. Arsenal say the process is ongoing. The process is ongoing and not complete yet. So it looks like Arsenal will have more redundancies than you've actually heard at the moment. It looks like the supporter liaison officer Mark Brindle might lose his job as well. Whew. So here we go. The first leg would be Arsenal versus Benfica. The first leg would be Benfica's home fixture will be played in Stadio Olimpico in Rome on February 18th at 8 p.m. UK time. Our home fixtures will be played at Georgios Karaiskakis Stadium in Athens Olympiacos Stadium on February 25th. The kickoff has yet to be confirmed. So yes, the kickoff of the away fixture for Arsenal the home fixture for Arsenal will be confirmed. It will be played in Athens, the Olympiacos Stadium. And yes, brings back very different kind of memories, doesn't it? But also moving on, so Kevin Campbell says he's got a big criticism for Rob Holding for the goal that actually went in against Aston Villa. He says, let me tell you something, if George Graham was the manager, he might have taken Rob Holding off against Aston Villa. Holding marks the space and not the player. This is the problem. If he was too tight to Ollie Watkins, I can guarantee you that Watkins doesn't score. So the big reason that Watkins scored is that Holding went to mark the space and not the player. Makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? But moving on, so according to David Ornstein, Kieran Tierney's injury problem has been described as discomfort in the right lower leg. There are suggestions this could be related more to fatigue than something of greater concern. Let's move on. So, Alan Shearer's team of the week is here, ladies and gentlemen. As I already mentioned, 3-4-3. You can also see a lot of different kind of contenders, but one of whom that might strike. Yes, it will definitely strike a big surprise. Is the presence of Joe Willock on loan at Newcastle United from Arsenal. So yes, Joe Willock makes it into Alan Shearer's Premier League Team of the Week. Lovely. Also, Arsenal should not leave Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang on the bench, according to Garth Crooks. Now he says, I know Nicola Pepe scored against Wolves last week, but can Arsenal really afford to leave someone of Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang's class on the bench? I don't think so. Having got his team back on track with some decent results, Mikel Arteta's meddling again. So they believe that, yes, things have to be perfect. Moving on, so Arsenal goalkeeper Matt Ryan has revealed watching a documentary on Thierry Henry convinced him to support Arsenal. He says, I was a young kid at my friend's house and we were watching television at the time, and on came a documentary of Thierry Henry. Being a football lover, me and my friends sat there watching and we were just in awe of his achievements and what he was doing in this documentary. It was obviously a montage of highlights of goals he'd scored and the success he'd helped contribute to at Arsenal with what they'd won in those times. From that moment on, I basically fell in love with him and the club and became an Arsenal supporter. From that, I was going to say until this day, but I guess when I was down there in Brighton and signed there, you guys became a rival. So I guess a little less so then, but it's still a club that had a special place in my heart. But now even more so than it ever has in the past, because I've got the opportunity to represent them now. Wow. I mean, well, dreams do come true, don't they? Moving on, so UEFA is increasingly confident its planned Champions League revamp will be agreed by next month despite opposition from leagues. Well, a virtual meeting over the proposals with 55 UEFA member associations found no significant issues. UEFA wants to replace the current group stage of the Champions League with the 36-team single table. Each side will play 10 opponents of varying strengths under the so-called Swiss system, with the top 8 automatically qualifying for the knockout stage and the teams between 9th and 24th playing off to join them. Sunsport revealed in December that the most controversial aspect of the proposal, with 3 of the 4 extra places being awarded via UEFA's coefficient of previous European results, that could see up to 6 Premier League sides in the competition when the restructure due from 2024 to 25 comes into effect. So it's still time when the things change. Also, Fabrizio Romano has provided an update on the future of Alex Lacazette. Speaking on the Blind Gunner YouTube channel, he said, this is an interesting situation because last summer he had an opportunity with Atletico Madrid. He was one of the options, but they decided to sign different players. For sure, the situation of his contract is like, okay, we either extend the contract in the summer or the player is leaving, just because they can't have the risk of him going for free. Let's see also the situation of Italian clubs, because Lacazette was appreciated with Juventus, but they are happy with Morata. At the moment, Arsenal are happy with his performances, his mentality also in training, because I'm told that he's training so well in the last weeks and everything. So everything's going well for Alex Lacazette at Arsenal. Let me know in the comments, do you guys really believe that Arsenal should actually offer him a new contract, or since he enters his last year in the summer, he should be leaving as soon as possible? Moving on, here comes the biggie. According to tutojuve.com, Mikel Arteta will try tempting former Arsenal man Aaron Ramsey back to the Emirates this summer. So it looks like Aaron Ramsey might be back at Arsenal, man. That's crazy. Well, I mean, I didn't never understand why. Like, I'm over Aaron Ramsey. Like, I don't think so. I mean, I don't think so. There's something really that I can actually talk about it. But it's a reality. It is a reality. Aaron Ramsey is actually being linked to Arsenal again. Whew, I hope it's just rumors. I don't want him back. It's like, we're done. We miss a player like him, but we're done. Anyways, with this we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys found any value, and if you're an Arsenal fan, share the link of this video with your Arsenal friends and tell them, you know what, there's a crazy channel that's actually making content about Arsenal. So you know what, you got to check this out and share the link just like that. So with this we end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please consider subscribing. 15,000 subscribers is what we ask for. Help us reach that beautiful milestone.